Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to join you all in this introductory session on data analytics. My name is Satya. I will be facilitating this training. This introductory session will give you a good overview of the topics that will be covered and also helps you to assess your current technical knowledge so that you can fill up the gaps to learn and master this technology. The topic for today is displayed on your screen. The first topic for today is data analytics. What is all about data analytics? It is the process of examining large amounts of data to find useful information that can help organizations make better decisions and improve their operations. A variety of methodologies are used to analyze data to find trends and behavioral patterns. That's the general definition. As the class progresses, you will have a fair understanding about data analytics. The next question is, where do we use data analytics? It is used in a wide range of fields and industries to make data-driven decisions and improve performance. One such field is finance. Financial institutions use data analytics to detect fraud, manage risk, and analyze the market trends. Example, the banks, stock markets, insurance companies, they all use to predict the trends, the people's interest. So based on the customer's behavior in borrowings, banks will decide the interest rates, the lending rates. Similarly, e-commerce. E-commerce uses data analytics to understand customer behavior, optimize the pricing, strategies, forecast, etc. So for example, Flipkart, Amazon, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they all use data analytics. If you search for a product in Amazon or Flipkart, for example, and within no time, the Google and Facebook will start showcasing similar products as and when you navigate the web. How did this occur? Your browser stores the cookies, the web pages visited, and these details are exchanged with these e-commerce sites so that they can showcase similar products wherever you navigate in the internet. So that is how the e-commerce they use the data. Similarly, the healthcare here to monitor the patient's health, identify patterns and trends in patient data, or predict disease outbreaks such as COVID, etc. For this all the purpose in healthcare it is used. For example, the fitness trackers, smartphones, image analytics from X-rays, CT scans, MRIs, they all use the DA. And to take an example, the recent launched iPhone 14 is designed to detect a crash or accidents and dials emergency number to alert. Same time, it will not give a false alarm if you are using iPhone while you are in roller coaster amusement ride. So last but not least, even government organizations, they use data analytics. They use to improve public services, detect fraud, and analyze social trends. For example, the law enforcement uses data analytics to identify the crime patterns. Income tax department uses it to identify the tax evasion, refunds, tax collections, etc. Similarly, the transport department also uses DA to identify or monitor the traffic movement or pattern. Similarly, if you take the weather forecast, they use to take measures before the natural calamities that could occur, such as a cyclones, a hurricane, tsunami, earthquakes, etc. So these are all the usage and some of the benefits of analyzing data and using it. Friends, so far, any doubts? If not, we'll move on to the next slide.
No, Satya.
Okay, thank you. The next topic is data analytics pipeline. What is all about data analytics pipeline? It is a sequence of steps that are used to extract the insights from data. These steps include the data collection, data preparation, data storing, data analysis, and data visualization. Yes, friends, these are all the topics that we'll be covering in detail in our training. To begin with, data collection. What is all about the data collection? It is the choice of data sourcing that will depend upon the specific needs of an organization. The various sources of data collections are, it could be internal, external, public, census data, etc. To go in detail, internal, that is the data that originates from the internal organization. So for example, it could be the sales data, the employees data, like shift rosters, number of employees available during a particular shift. So based on that data, transport cabs could be arranged. The food arrangements in cafeteria, etc., can be managed. Have you ever come across the food counters kept open during the night shifts or weekend shifts in your corporate company where there is skeletal staffing? No, right? This is one such example for collecting the internal data and using it for their benefit. Similarly, we have external data collection source. This will be used with the help of social media, news feeds, weather forecast, etc. Often, we will hear that a particular name is searched so many times on the internet, correct? Similarly, a particular news is searched so many million times. For example, the recent Adani saga. Maybe the rival airline company accommodates more flights based on the ticket booking pattern that happens with the other competitive service provider. So if the other service provider is running short of seats, or they have already booked all their seats, the primary company, the rivalry, the another company may come up with providing more flights in that particular travel. Correct. Similarly, we have public, where publicly available data is available to use. For example, the census data, research studies, government schemes, etc. Next, we have the sensors that are used in IoT devices, internet enabled devices, maybe at the electricity meters, the recent one that got introduced, maybe the pollution level. Here in Bengaluru, we can see so many junctions. The pollution level control monitoring system has been updated, and the TV channels, the news media, they have direct access. They'll be able to broadcast that information stating that at this particular location, the pollution level is too high, or maybe during this particular time, the traffic flow is too high, so that you can decide between the navigation route that you want to opt for. Similarly, the data can be collected through the mobile devices. For example, the location that you have enabled in your phone will be captured by the service provider. Similarly, the usage pattern of your phone, how often you're using, other behavioral data, all this information will be collected by the service provider or the mobile manufacturing company. So why do they need this data? These data are used to come up with the new updates, maybe they're tweaking the software or releasing the better version of the phone, like increasing the battery backup or providing more storage capacity, so on and so forth. Similarly, we have the partners who collect the data, or the third-party vendors. In simple, they could be supply chain, business partners, etc. To give a detailed example here, we can take Truecaller or Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, who often share our personal information with banks as well as other institutions. I have come across many times, the moment I open even SB account in SBI, State Bank of India, within no time, I'll start receiving calls, fake calls, or from other banks to apply for credit card or maybe for mutual funds, etc. So how all these things happen? The data is shared over the internet. This data is downloaded and used to the fullest possible by such business establishments. So as a data specialist, is our role actually matters here in this step one? No, we are not directly involved. Our role will actually coming to play only from the next step onwards, where the data preparation and goes on, the data preparation, data storing, data analysis, data visualization, etc. This is the primary source of capturing the data. Our companies or our higher ups, superiors, they will source this information and will be provided to us, to the data analyst specialist. So we will further work on this data. So the next step is data preparation. So here in data preparation, the data is processed for cleaning, for transforming, for organizing the raw data to make it suitable for data analysis. So the data preparation involves several steps. The steps include data cleaning, transformation, integration, data reduction, and data sampling. In data cleaning, we will be it involves identifying and correcting the errors, inconsistencies, or missing values in the data. In transforming or transformation, it involves converting the raw data into a format that is suitable for analysis. In the integration stage, it involves combining data from various sources into a single data set. Say, for example, you have received multiple Excel sheets with so many data. All of them you will have to integrate into one single file, Excel file, for your further to work on that. The last but not least is data reduction. It involves removing irrelevant data that we have captured. So these are all the steps that are involved in data preparation. So what are all the softwares that are used for data preparation? To begin with, Microsoft Excel, Open, Refine, Python, Trifacta, R, and many more. So here I have a question. Do we get a chance to work on all these software in this training? The answer is yes, unless you have basic understanding and hands-on in these softwares. So we will not be concentrating on teaching from grassroots level on basic use of Excel, how to code in Python, etc. So here the expectation is that the participants should have basic knowledge and know how to use these tools. So further, the next step is data storing. So data storage is the process of storing and managing data in a way that is efficient as well as effective access for retrieval as well as analysis. So the main reason for using data storage in data analytics or data preservation. So this will help to preserve the data analysis and also use it in the future as and when it is needed. Data accessibility. Data storage makes it possible to access and retrieve data quickly and easily. Further, we have data organization. It allows data to be organized in a way that makes it easier to manage as well as to analyze. Last but not least, data security. It provides secure and controlled environment of data. So here we have few softwares and that is the storage methods that are used to store all the input data, whatever we got from the various sources. We do use a relational database, NoSQL, data warehouse, data lakes, cloud storages such as Amazon S3, Google Storage, Hadoop file system. There are many more. So once again, the same question, do we get a chance to learn all these software tools, storage methods? Of course, yes. Once again, the basic understanding should be there. The participant should have the basic knowledge about all these storage methods. It should not happen like the moment I say Amazon S3, come, let's create a S3 bucket. It should not happen like the participant asking instead, what is the S3 bucket? Where should I create? That should not happen, because this is a high-end training program, data analytics. And definitely, my friends, I'm really sorry to say that data analytics is not such a technology meant for each and everyone. Okay, unless you are in the domain, you have the domain expertise, it is not the core subject that you should concentrate. The next step is data analysis. So what is all about data analysis? It is a process of systematically examining and converting the data in order to extract insights, identify the patterns, and make informed decisions. The main reason for conducting data analysis are identifying the patterns and trends, finding insights and making predictions, evaluating performance, and testing the hypothesis. So these are all some of the basic steps that we perform in data analysis. So we will go in detail, in depth in the upcoming classes. So some of the software tools that are used for data analysis, once again, here we use Microsoft Excel, SQL, Python, Tableau, Power BI, MATLAB, SAS, or these are all the programming languages that we use for data analysis. Excel is one such popular spreadsheet application that is commonly used for data analysis. So when we come to Python, it is a programming language that is commonly used in data analysis. So it is also known for its versatility, and can be used for a wide range of data analysis and tasks. SQL is another programming language used mainly for managing and manipulating the data in RDBMS, Relational Database Services. Tableau is a data visualization tool that also uses to create interactive charts, graphs, and the dashboards. And Power BI, most of you started already learning. It is a business analytics tool that allows users to create interactive visualization and reports. So similarly, we have SAS as well as MATLAB. MATLAB is a programming language mainly used for numerical computing environment that is commonly used in data analysis. So once again, the same question, do we get a chance to work on all these software tools while learning data analytics? Of course, yes, my friends. We'll be exploring all these tools in detail, in depth. But once again, the same disclaimer, the participants should have the basic knowledge about these tools, how to use, at least as a beginner. So if you have that basic foundation, yes, we can take it forward. So the next step, the last step, is data visualization. So what is all about data visualization? It is the representation of data and the information in a graphical or pictorial format. It is a visual communication technique that allows analytics to communicate complex information in a clear and precise manner. The main goal of data visualization is to make data easier to understand, to identify the pattern and the trends, to communicate the insights, as well as to facilitate the exploration. So with the help of this pictorial presentation, you'll be able to represent what exactly that you want to communicate. in a graphical presentation. So once again, here we get a chance to learn so many tools and softwares for data virtualization. They are some of them are Tableau, Power BI, Python, ClickView, Google Charts, Plotly, as well as R. So these are all the tools that we'll be learning in this entire training curriculum, my friends. So the one last question is, when will this training commence and how it is delivered? Right? So that is the main the topic when the training is about to start. So here it is. The training takes place over the weekends on Saturdays and Sundays. The time is scheduled from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. So there are 8 weekend classes set aside for this course. In total, 32 hours of training, and it may be extended. Training will commence only if there are 40 participants or more in a batch available, because my availability of time is very less. I wish to see more number of participants are getting trained on live training session. Of course, there are tens and thousands of recorded videos are available in YouTube as well as other platform. But to be precise, it is not possible to go through those videos and start learning. You need to have a hand-holding support if you want to master this technology. So 50% of this course will be theoretical and 50% will be practical. Daily lab exercises, many lab exercises that we'll be performing during this entire class. The class will begin with a review of a previous lesson. So a brief question and answer session will be there before the class starts. Any doubts or clarification from the previous session that can be addressed during this time. So one of the participants is expected to do the recap of a prior session so that the names will be picked up randomly. Thereby, the participants also will put some effort in recapping what exactly happened in the previous class. So we will be sharing the industry best practice, step-by-step lab guides, the documents, class recorded videos that will be uploaded in YouTube. So these are all the hand-holding support that will be provided. So last but not least, what is the course fee? This is a postgraduate level training, my friend, and this training is totally free. My actual charge per participant is up to 2 lakh rupees. Okay, and it is an elaborative training session. I wish to offer this training completely free with complete hand-holding support for each and every participant, but there should be minimum head count, because I don't want to spend my time giving one-to-one training, end up in spending all my resources. So the last but not least, the participants has to make their own class notes. Okay, the slides that will be running in the class that will not be shared, whereas the lab exercises that will be provided. Friends, by now we all have a fair understanding about what is data analytics, why do we use data analytics, where do we use it, and what are the benefits, the pipeline or the steps involved in data analytics. Correct? Now let us know the prerequisites to learn data analytics and master this technology. As I was repeatedly stressing that this technology is not meant for everyone. A person who is just passed out of the college and wish to take up this domain for his or her future career, yes, of course you can do it, but there should be some of the prerequisites that you should be able to meet. What are they? To begin with, you should have good and fair understanding about mathematics, because there are so many topics that we'll be covering on probabilities, statistics, linear algebra, calculus. There are many more. So if you have a good or fair understanding about mathematics, that will be a plus. Further, you need to have programming knowledge of at least one programming knowledge. It could be Python, it could be SQL, it could be R, any programming knowledge, because the syntax what we use is most important. If you know the syntax, I'll be able to teach you, but I will not be able to teach you A plus B is equal to C. From that grassroots level, yes, definitely I don't have so much of time. Will not be able to spend that much of time because it will be taxing on other participants as well. Next, the expectation is that database understanding, familiarity with the database and the SQL for data retrieval, cleaning, and transforming data. Here, it should not happen like the participants expecting handhold support from how to run a query, how to construct a select statement. It should not start from that level. At least a good understanding should be there from database. Similarly, statistics, knowledge of a descriptive and inferential statistics and data analysis for modeling. It is not a mandatory thing. At least you should know what it is, right? Because we cannot go and start discussing on each and every technical jargons that we will be taking up during the class. Data visualization, yes, this is a must skill everyone should possess. Skills in data visualization and representation can help in effectively communicating the data insights to the stakeholders. If you don't even have the participant don't even have the idea about how to visualize the data, how to represent the data, then it will be really difficult, because whatever is the time that you spend on learning this technology, that will go waste. You will not be able to reproduce that when the time comes. Last but not least, a good communication skill is the mandatory thing if you wish to take this domain expertise and making your career. So these are all some of the basic requirements, prerequisites that are needed. With this, we'll be concluding the introductory part of data analytics. Okay, so based on number of participants available, with the participants having meeting these prerequisites, yes, we can start the session. So with this, I'll be putting an end to my conversation. We will move on to the Q&A session. Please open yourself and ask me any questions related to this subject so that we can get those clarification and close it for today. I will conduct one more separate introductory session on DevOps with any two cloud verticals. It could be AWS plus Azure, or AWS plus GCP, Google Cloud, or vice versa, maybe Azure plus Google Cloud with DevOps. Okay, that will be from basics, fundamentals to advanced level. That also I will provide. So depending upon where we get the more head count, we can start that particular training. All right. So thank you so much for all your participation. I will go on mute. Please ask any questions and doubts if you have. Let's touch upon that and call it for today.